I recently went to Africa for the first time in my life. I can honestly say it has changed my perception of the United States, and it has changed my perception of a lot of things that we are conditioned to believe since children for those of you who have lived in the United States. I've been to a lot of different places within the United States. It's not in any comparison to Africa. Granted, Africa was my first time traveling outside of the country, but when you're living in the United States has a way of making other countries look lower than ours, if that makes sense. Our country is the dream state. It's the state that everybody has just tries to get everything together to get to go to. A lot of people in different countries, they work for their life. They work very hard. They sacrifice a lot just to come to the United States. But what is the United States? What is it really? I think from this experience going to Africa, going to a different country, has let me really understand that it's all an illusion. The United States is built on capitalism, consumerism, with money being the center of it all. The dollar. What is that? It's materialism and it's chasing vanity. There is so much lack in the United States that we can improve on. There is so much isolation, so much depression, so much suicide, so much disconnection, so much darkness. This place is glorifying money to the point to where it's lost its life. So when I went to Africa, I noticed that everybody there is joyful. And yes, they do have less than the United States has. They have to conserve their water. They have to work for different ways of transportation. That means more people walk to places. There's a lot of people who are struggling there. But you know what? There is joy and there's life. Not only that, there is culture. There's a cultivation of connection. What I was expecting is a dirt, just a galore of people starving and dirt, the desert, heat. I expected it to be very hot, but what I saw was the complete opposite. Number one, the weather is better than California. Better. It's fresh. It's not hot. It's cool. Even if they say it's hot, it's like not hot. It's fresh. Another thing, there was civilization. There's buildings. There's workers, there's plenty of infrastructure and cars, plenty. It's actually designed very similar to the European countries and British countries. So the United States has given us this ideology that Africa is really at a very low state. But after traveling there, my perception of it has changed. Not just my perception of Africa, but my perception of the United States has changed. Now I understand that we know this, right? We know that the United States is built on money and that it's capitalist and that it's consumerism and that all everybody cares about is the dollar and materialism. But when you actually go out to a different country like I did, you understand more how empty that is. There's so much life. You know how they say the grass is greener on the other side, or it's only green where you water the grass? Well, I noticed that in Africa, where they water the grass is they water the joy. They focus on the joy, they focus on the land, the animals, the nature. They continue to build infrastructure and civilization around that. And they keep the connection, they keep the love. That's what I felt when I was there. Every person that I talked to had a big smile on their face saying, welcome, welcome to my country. I'm happy to have you here. Every person said that. What do we get when we're here? Hi, how you doing? An empty smile, a fake embrace. Are we isolating ourselves because we're overstimulated by all the materials? We have all this structure, but we're natural beings built. We are created to be around nature because we're natural beings. We were made from the dirt after all. But we're around these buildings, we're around the technology, we're around the materialism, we're fed that we have to work for money and that without money we are nothing, and that our value is within how much money we make or how much money we can attain. But when you go to other countries, it's completely different. It's all about creating and receiving the joy and just spreading love. It's about authenticity. It's not what it's about, it just is. Through going to Africa, through meeting different cultures and coming across different people, seeing the landscapes, overall, I can say positively that my perception of the United States has changed. We are not the best. We are not everything. But the root of it is this is stolen land. And we are going to constantly feel the repercussions of that in the spirit. So now being back from Africa, it feels weird. It's like I'm kind of living in an illusion. Everything that is around me is man-made, and I knew this before. But when you're really around true life, people that are actually living and creating and experiencing it raw and authentic, not faking anything, now I can say that this place feels like it's an illusion and it's a scam.